Picture 10 pieces of furniture and one elephant. A week from now, you won't remember a single chair, but you'll still see that elephant. Try this. Read this list of words once and try to remember as many as you can. Table, chair, desk, lamp, elephant, shelf, rug, curtain, stool, cabinet. Which one do you think you'll remember? Right, elephant. Not because elephants are more important than furniture. Not because the word is more significant, but because it's different from everything else on the list, and your brain is wired to notice and retain what doesn't fit. That isn't an accident of how words work. It's one of the most replicated findings in the psychology of memory, and it has practical implications for everything from how you present yourself, to how you design information, to how you make any impression at all on a crowded world. The von Restorff Effect, also called the isolation effect, was identified by German psychiatrist and pediatrician Hedwig von Restorff in 1933. Her finding: when multiple similar objects are presented together, the one that is most different from the rest is the most likely to be remembered. The effect is robust across virtually every type of stimulus: words, shapes, numbers, colors, sounds, and people. What matters is not the intrinsic quality of the isolated item, but its contrast with its surroundings. The odd one out doesn't need to be better. It needs to be different. Von Restorff's original experiments involved presenting participants with lists of items, syllables, numbers, geometric shapes, where one item in each list was different. Different color, different type, different format. Recall tests afterward consistently showed the isolated item was remembered significantly better than the surrounding homogeneous items, even when the surrounding items were given the same amount of study time. Later research extended the finding to social memory. When people are introduced to a group, the person who is somehow distinct, different background, different perspective, dramatically different appearance, is remembered more clearly and described in more detail than the uniform others. The effect has practical implications for almost every human domain where memory and differentiation matter: education, design, marketing, and personal impression making. In educational design, the principle behind highlighted text, bold formatting, and color coding in study materials is the von Restorff effect. The student who color codes one key fact per page remembers that fact better than surrounding material, not because they spent more time on it, but because the visual isolation signals this is different to the brain's attention system. In advertising, the Cadbury gorilla, the Old Spice man, the insurance company that uses a confusing character no one would expect. The brand that does something visually or tonally different from every other brand in its category doesn't just get noticed, it gets remembered. Contrast is the mechanism. In personal and professional contexts, in any environment where you need to make an impression, a job interview, a networking event, a first meeting, the person who is clearly themselves, who says something unexpected, who projects a distinct point of view, is remembered. The person who is polished but indistinguishable is not, no matter how competent they are. This is not a call to be weird for weirdness' sake. It's an observation about how memory works. The brain, faced with a group of similar things, allocates extra encoding resources to the thing that breaks the pattern. Being the pattern breaker is an automatic advantage in any memory-dependent context. In any situation where being remembered matters, identify what the surrounding pattern is and deliberately diverge from one element of it. In a document, the key point should look different: bold, colored, formatted differently. Not everything, that creates a new baseline and the effect disappears. Just one thing. In a presentation, one slide should look dramatically different from the others. One moment should break the rhythm, a question directed at the audience, a visual that's unexpected, a beat of silence. In conversation, the contribution that's remembered is usually the one that goes slightly sideways from the prevailing direction, not contrarian, but unexpected. The question nobody else asked, the angle nobody else considered. The von Restorff effect is a memory rule, but it's also a differentiation rule. The things that get remembered are the things that were distinct, And distinctiveness is a choice. You have spent your entire life in lists. Lists of candidates, lists of colleagues, lists of options. The brain that evaluates those lists remembers the outlier, not the average, not the most common, the one that was different. Whether that's a feature of how you present, how you think, or how you show up, being distinctly yourself in a room full of similar options is not just self-expression. It is, quite literally, how you get remembered. Drop a comment. What's the most memorable person, ad, or moment you can think of, and what made it different? I want to collect examples of the von Restorff effect in the wild. Subscribe, new psychology every week.